Hello and welcome to Harpic and my top 10 locos I run on this layout all the time. I've narrowed it down to Hornby Backman and EFE rail. You would have thought my Dapole 4300 would be on it and my Perry. No, don't run them that often. So the first one I run the most, this is number 10. I'm counting down. I will get it round. I'm hoping it fits the camera. It's my 4F. Yep, my 4F. It's a recent purchase. And what can I say about it? Hattons were selling them with TTS sound, but they sold them with no TTS sound. The boxes were just misprint with TTS sound on them. I've decided to put a TS, well, the HM7000 chips in it, and it is really, it does it. Honestly, I'm trying to get it to go sound. That is loud. I haven't even adjusted the speaker, but no, that's number 10 on what I run. So here comes the next one. And here comes the next one. Which direction would it be coming from? My J15. Oh, brilliant train. TTS sound fitted, a J36 sound file on a TTS sound chip. Brilliant idea. Couldn't get a J36 at the time. But when I thought sell this second hand in my local model railway shop, and then Ken said, "Oh, I'll see about buying one of these for mine." He gave about 3 on sale, and all I kept thinking was, I do love my 6-wheeler tenders. Yes, so you would have thought the drum. If I'm going to let you know, the Drummond is not on the list. The Drummond doesn't come out that often. You would have thought it would, but no. It's like the Q1. Will that come out? Not so often. So let's say goodbye to this one and bring out the next one of my top 10. It might move. It's brilliant for a train. J15. You do get a little bit of a whine when you run it, but yeah, when you get that anywhere. So let's bring on the next one. Right, the next one, you're going to be shocked because we are getting away from steam for 2 minutes, and we're bringing out a diesel with no sound file. Technically this is my chip tester. I've had so much trouble with this. I can't even get it on the video. Yes, my trusty Chinook that I broke the motor to it by trying to change some traction tyres. I had to buy a complete new chassis because the original chassis, when I soldered it back to a plug, it just didn't want to pull around the layout. Honest truth, there's days when I'm thinking this thing's going to drive me up the wall, but it just keeps on going. The problem with this model, it's missing a couple of detailed bits on the front. There's supposed to be a lamp iron right there, and that's missing. So it's not one of the worst runners. It's not one of the best runners. But if I have to have a shed on the layout, that's the go-to shed for anything. So that's one of my sheds. There's going to be another shed on this. So look forward to that later on in the video. Hello, and here we go. It's running bad. This does come out of the shed quite a lot. Around. Yes, my Ringfield motor IDCC chipped it, class 47. I always think this Hornby one is a better model than the Lima one, but You can tell with a Lima one, it has a, with the window, it has another pillar there. So that's how you can tell they're Lima models. This is a Hornby model. It's one of my favourites because I paid £28 when I first got this loco, and I got told runs in, well, non-runner. Oh, my friend Phil said, Jason, it's £28. Is it worth buying? He said it's a non-runner, and I thought, yeah, let's give it a go. So the next day when I got it home, I bought this from a toy fair of all places. I only went in there because to show him what your toy fairs are and remember this of what we used to have when we were younger. Transformers, Mask. I miss my Mask toys. Yeah. Don't miss Optimus Prime. I never had that one. Oh no, I did have Optimus Prime about 3 times. My brother still broke both legs. Alright, back to the trade. Yeah. My plan was to get rid of the Virgin markings, to turn it into a Freight-Line one with Freight-Line stickers on the side. But I haven't really done that. I mean, I've kept it near enough original. What I love about this, I can put this on the layout. I've got no rolling stock for it. That does kick me. I always think I should get rolling stock for this train. So a couple of Virgin coaches, but no, I've never done it. Recently I've seen a Virgin HST set going in John Duffield's. I think that's gone now. And Ken did say you should have bought it. And I said, no, I can wait. I still wouldn't mind getting a couple of Virgin coaches for it. Even the new shape one, even the new ones that have come out. Because I don't want to get, I don't know, can you get the original one still? The big D couplings? Yeah, so this, when I got it, traction tyres were gone. I've replaced them, cleaned the bogies, cleaned the pickups, cleaned the motor. I cleaned a lot of things on this train. I actually honestly thought I might have broke it when I cleaned it, but I didn't. And this is the only 47 that I love running all the time. I mean the one angular one I will run. My experimental blue livery one I will run. But if I had to get a train out of the box and just wanted to run a train quick, this Virgin 47 with a couple of Mark 1s sometimes, well mostly Mark 1s because I haven't bought any Mark 2s, Virgin Mark 2s for this, except the brake van. So I have got one coach for it. So yeah. So my Virgin Mark 1, no, my Virgin Class 47. And it does run on and off really smoothly. I must admit, I haven't run it in recent times. The next one, I actually forgot what I'm on now. What am I on now? Who knows? I don't know what number of train this is. I really don't know. I'll put it on the comments, but I'll put it on the string, tell you which one it is. So I've actually forgot. Yep, I forgot. This is technically what I mostly run anyway, so. A lot of you don't see it on the YouTube channel. Yeah, I actually do run this quite a lot. I don't run it on camera a lot. I run it a lot in the shed. My 4MT, my 460 4MT. I have got a 2060. That will probably be the next train. When I first got it, I think I paid £95 in John Duffield's at the time. It was great. The boxes seen better days, but when I first got it, I must admit I did run it quite constantly with a set of Mark 1 coaches. I think it's got the BR1 tender. I must admit it's the better tender. And when I first got it, I think one of the pins came out of I don't know which side it came out of. It might have been this side or it might have been the other side, because it was a long time ago. I remember taking it back to the shop. Ken said, oh, the Backman rep's here. I thought, well, okay, what's he done? Backman rep said, oh, we'll take it back for you and we'll repair it. When I got it back with the receipt, he sent it back to Ken, and then he got the receipt and all the paperwork. He said they replaced all the traction, they replaced all the rigging, they replaced the wheels. They didn't replace the bottom of it. They thought out, they knew what was wrong with the bottom, with that coupling, because that wheel was completely buckled. And they replaced it all. It was a couple of weeks and it was off the line. And I kept thinking, I need another 10-wheeler. And I love this train. How it quickly got repaired, sent back, explained what they repaired. I mean, Hornby have done that at the Class 31, so I can't moan about that. It's nice that the companies who repair it explain what they've done to it and what they replaced. And honest to truth, it's one of the best models I've got in my collection. I have got the double chimney to go on this, because they sent me the double chimney bit and all. You didn't have to do that. I mentioned I wish I had a double chimney version. He said, we can send you the double chimney if you want it. Well, yeah, can do. I might fit it later on. I've never fit the double chimney because I don't think it deserves it. So this is my 4MT. My lovely 4MT. This normally goes around in mixed goods or Mark 1s. You know, it's going to be on the layout for the rest of the week now, I think. Oh, that went bad. Let's just hit the 4F. Right, sorry about that. That's the bin men outside doing the bins. This is a Wednesday. You can hear that, yep. They could be around the village or they could be around down my street. Right, number 5. I worked out where I am now. I'm at number 5. And yes, another 4MT 260. I bought this to replace the 460, thinking it was going to be a long time till I get it back. I bought this second hand on eBay for £45, and came with no box, a broken railing. Thought, well, I really am going to think about repairing it from using Backman's spares, because I feel like it needs a new body shell. And I think it will get a new body shell and the side doors and a box. I am actually going to start looking for an original box for it. It's a quick train to get out of the box. I mean, it has got a box, so I'll quickly get on the layout and I'll just run it. I run it with a mixed goods train mostly, and sometimes the Mark 1s do come on it. But it's like the K3 I've got. Was it the K1 I've got? Oh god, I can't remember if I got a K3 or K1. Oh no, K3, the Backman K3. I run that with that, double heading sometimes. Or I run it with the 4MT. The other 4MT where I double head and all. And it's one of my top go trains if I'm bored. Or I desperately want to see something run around the layout a couple of times. So yep. The 4MT. Mogul. It's really never let me down. Right, the next one. And you're not going to be surprised. Actually, I'm surprised, because I would have thought my first shed I ever bought would be my best shed. But no, this is my second shed I bought when I bought it on it was cheap. It was going on auction. One of the main flea bag, eBay. Did I say flea bag? eBay. Yes, eBay purchase. One of the cheapest sheds I found. I wasn't going to buy a second one. At the time I was looking at buying a Flying Dustman or Evening Star. I ended up buying Evening Star. Considered buying a Flying Dustman because I wanted to get that. And I knew a friend who worked for biffer. Yeah, still works with biffer. What makes you laugh, I actually still see him about if I'm in Walthamstow. If I'm in an early shift in Walthamstow, I will see him about. His name's Jason. I knew his brother. I know his brother. I don't say I knew his brother. I know his brother's talking to me. Touchy subject. I won't go into details. Actually, I will. He owes me money. A tenner. Plus the interest after 30 years. Well, now 40 years. He always reminds me that he owes me a tenner, and I always say don't bother. Let's forget about the biffer and talk about the GBRF Golden Jubilee. Right, eBay purchase, that's all I can say, and I don't think I ever changed it. No, I have changed the traction tyres on this. I thought I didn't. So no. One of my better models, and we'll send that on its way. Right, number 3, my trains I run the most. And I'm going to quickly just grab that, brush it off, the dirt, not the dirt, the dust, because it's been sitting in the box and I haven't run it a lot. To be honest, I love the Hornby version of this. My Hornby version was so noisy, it drove me up the wall. I mean, literally drove me up the wall. There was days where you're just thinking, why are you that noisy? So why? And DJ Models did make this, and it's an it's my EFE rail. It always stops on the point. My EFE rail class J94. They've just re-released the J94 in N-gauge, and if you're wondering, yes, I have actually bought one in N-gauge. Wasn't going to, but I thought since South Hill needs a bit of a steam train once in a while, I think the auxiliaries pannier tanks are going to be great, because there's so many. Well, for a wartime loco, they built so many of them. And this is a very good replacement for the Hornby version, because you don't have the DCC chip it. And I love this version. I think you can get this to crawl very well. A bit of a whine. And you can get these in so many different colours, but I ended up picking the BR Black because Harpic is a sort of 1950s, 60s steam period railway, and you're going to be shocked what colour I bought for the South Hill version. Shame I don't do the IKEA NCB coal delivery IKEA colour scheme, because that would have been perfect for South Hill, because somehow I think South Hill is an IKEA sort of base model railway, very badly built. So it's Harpic actually sometimes. There's days when I'm thinking, how's it not the track's lifted up completely? Oh look, that bit's lifted up. No, don't worry about it, it's too late now. Actually, it's a bent. No, don't worry about it, it's a bit straight. Leave it alone, Jason. The more you touch it, the more you break it. So yep, the J94. One of the trains I run mostly with my coal wagons, and I use it mostly for shunting. So yep, it's a brilliant little tank. So the next one I run the most, number 2, is coming up shortly. Right, this is a brilliant train for Harpic, and it's a railroad model, and at the time I didn't know what I was thinking when I bought it. And to be honest, Bradshaw has been one of the best trains I've ever had. Not had, have. I'm not getting rid of it. What can I say about Bradshaw? I wanted an LMS loco to try out. My granddad said LMS locos were one of the best. Well, this is a man who worked for technically NNER. Oh no, he might work for LMS because he was... I never actually asked him where he was based mostly, but he did do the Billy's Buckling run. And there was a lot of pictures of Patriots in the house. Well, that could have been a golden, or that could have been a Jubilee. I don't think I'll ever know. Bradshaw, brilliant train. My chip runner, my chip tester. The tender comes off so easily. I've technically used to, well, I was using, half the time I used West Ham United B17 or Bradshaw. At the moment, the West Ham United's now been relegated to not be a chip tester because it's now got the TTS sound chip in it with a A3, and I don't really need to test it. I tell you one thing, I am looking forward to the Streamline A B17s. I wonder if they're going to have sound files. Who knows? I actually, honest truth, hope they will come up with a 3-cylinder LMS sound file, like a Jubilee or a Patriot. What I never thought to say, but I think they should have just done a genetic sound file for each region and given each region's different whistles tones. That's all I keep thinking. I mean, Great Western trains sound different from LMS train sound whistles. And I think if they did the different cylinder sounds, like 3-cylinder, 2-cylinder, 4-cylinder, I think a lot of people would buy more of them. That's what I think of the TTS files. They give you more than what you want. There's days when I'm just going to put a lock sound chip in this, because honestly true, I feel like this is going to be relegated down to no testing any chips anymore, because I don't really test chips now. I just run it around the layout with a set of Mark 1 coaches and it just keeps on going. It may not look like a detailed model, but from the speed it does around the layout, it just keeps on going, and it's great. It is one of my all-time best trains, and it's got my number 2 spot because I know I can get this out of the box and it will run. I don't know if it's got traction tyres because I've never looked properly underneath it, and I don't never oil this thing half the time. So yeah, Bradshaw, my Patriot. There's a lot of more detailed Patriots out there, but Bradshaw is probably my best model, and I will probably never get rid of it. And it is my chip tester, and I'm just quickly checking the chip what I've got in it. Oh, I've got a Hornby chip in it. So technically, it did have a last chip in it last time I looked. So it hasn't got one of them now. So, right, I'm going to actually bring up the next one next without stopping the video, because I think I keep stopping the video, and I think this one's going to be quicker. My number 1 train I run all the time, and it is actually the first one I ever got back into the hobby. Well, it's my first one. I did buy a Class 25, and that don't run that often. Don't run at all actually. And I can't remember what chip it is. Alright, could it be 10? What's number 2? And this is my number 1 train I run all the time. And I really do run this a lot. My 5600. I run my taffy tank all the time. I love the name, they call it a taffy tank. I run this all the time. This is my go-to train. Then I found out Sonic models have come up with the 5600 in Engage, and you know how many times I've stopped myself from buying it thinking, I want a taffy tank on my layout. I love them. I'm honest truth, in the previous past I've owned 3 of these, I'm now back to 2. I've got a BR black, and it's supposed to be lime green, BR lime green. I bought this in Model Zone, must have been about when Model Zone was going, many years ago. I bought this in Model Zone. I actually went into Model Zone to look at some model cars. So I went through a big stage of collecting model cars. And I still must admit I am going through that stage now with the Oxford diecast. And this taffy tank is, when I saw it I thought, that'd be good for David's Model Railway. David hated it. He said, not that big is it? I said, Dave, it's a train, you might enjoy having it on your layout. I don't like it. When I got this, I found the train submerged in water in the shed. The box was wet. When I decided, well, we put everything away. We put it in my Skeletric shed with all my Skeletric cars. I still got them. And one day we'll get them out of the shed and run them. I think the tracks are rotting away. No, it's a shock to the system. I mean, we found this in a box with water in the bottom of it, and when I cleaned it up for the first time and put it on a track, it ran smoothly. I cannot work out how it ran smoothly. It was just one of those trains I would have thought it would fall apart or disintegrate. But it still runs smoothly now. I mean, I could run this on first radius, no problems. Second radius, no problems. I sometimes run this with wagons. I mostly run it with coaches. The only drawback I've got on this model, and I did this to myself, I broke the sandpipes right in the corner. And I thought, how did I break them? Well, at the time I was putting the chip in and it just broke. One side, then I ended up breaking the other side on purpose because I don't like the idea of one being broken, the second one being broken. I could actually drill some holes and put some paper clips in it. That will be in the next thing. Or I could look at back in the spares, but they don't make this shell no more. I even looked on eBay. Nope, can't find it. So yeah, my favourite train, what I get out of the shed, I run all the time, my 5600. This would probably be, even off camera, I run this all the time and I love it. And I can't help smile when I run it. It's just one of those things you just can't help running. Oh, light ground signals, only £59. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Oh, makes rails to Sheffield. It's good to know. I probably won't buy them. I really need to do some more modelling. I don't do a lot of modelling in this shed no more since I built it. Must get back into the shed. Well, this weather you can't get into the shed. So that's it. This is Harpic and what I run the most. I can't really do a video like this on Southhill because Southhill's hard. The most trains I run on that is mostly 04s. So yeah. So thank you for watching this little video, long-winded video, so many parts. And I bid you a fair day and have good running sessions with your own layouts. And please stop and make your own video of this because I think we all need to know what everyone runs the most on their layouts. Jenny Cook's done it with her Hornby collection. I look forward to her Backman collection. I mean, I was going to do one with collections and certain trains I run from certain companies. That poll is quite easy, I just run one. So bye bye for now.